In GTA V, you could carry basically an entire armory in your pocket. Rocket launcher, sniper rifle, 3 different pistols, all invisible, all instant. GTA V is apparently throwing that whole idea out. And it's not just weapons. The way police react to you, the way a robbery actually plays out, all of that looks like it's getting rebuilt from the ground up. So today, just these 2 things, combat and law enforcement, and what's actually changing. Let's start with the inventory itself, because this might be the biggest shift. Instead of an unlimited wheel of weapons like previous games, GTA V's inventory looks a lot closer to Red Dead Redemption 2. You'll apparently only carry firearms you can actually shoulder, tuck into your waistband, or hold in your hands, somewhere around 3 or 4 guns at a time, not 15. Melee looks like it's getting the same treatment. Instead of switching freely between a knife, a bat, and brass knuckles mid-fight, it seems like you'll have to actually commit to one melee option at a time, which changes how you'd realistically approach a close-range encounter. Where you buy gear matters more too. Shops apparently carry location-specific inventory, so a bait shop sells fishing and hunting gear, not tailored jackets, and a high-end boutique isn't going to have a wetsuit hanging on the rack. It sounds small, but it means the map itself dictates what kind of loadout is realistic in any given area. Storage looks a lot more physical too. There's footage suggesting weapons can be pulled straight out of a car's trunk, and each garage apparently has its own weapon locker, letting you move gear between your locker, your trunk, and presumably your body loadout. That turns your car into an actual extension of your inventory, not just transportation. A few new tools are apparently joining the arsenal too, most notably a spear gun usable both above and below water, which lines up with the diving and underwater exploration Rockstar has already confirmed. There's also speculation about compound bows and crossbows, similar to the hunting gear from Rockstar's last big open-world game. Health looks more grounded too. Instead of a health bar that just refills after grabbing a generic pickup, Jason and Lucia have actually been shown with visible cuts and bandages in official artwork, which points toward a more realistic injury system, closer to painkillers and trauma kits than magic health packs floating in the street. And combat itself should feel less predictable overall, thanks to a physics system that lets characters react intelligently when they're shot, pushed, or knocked down, protecting their head while falling, reaching out to brace themselves, grabbing at whatever body part just got hit. No 2 hits are supposed to play out exactly the same way. With 2 full protagonists this time, tactics look like they're changing too. Switching between Jason and Lucia mid-mission is apparently a lot faster than swapping characters ever was in previous games, which opens the door to actual coordinated combat, giving orders to whichever character you're not controlling, or handing off a car chase to your partner while you deal with something else entirely. It's a small technical detail, but it could completely change how a firefight with 2 playable characters actually feels in practice. Even the small physical details around handling a weapon got attention. Rockstar has a patent covering more realistic finger and hand posing, meaning the way a character actually grips a gun, reloads it, or holds it against their body should look a lot less robotic than it used to, which sounds cosmetic until you remember how much that kind of detail affects how weighty combat actually feels moment to moment. Now let's get into how the police side seems to be evolving, because this might be an even bigger change than the weapons. The chase itself apparently starts differently. Instead of an instant wanted level appearing out of nowhere, there's a dispatch system that actually kicks in after someone calls it in, with a visible countdown before officers start responding, similar to how local law enforcement worked in Rockstar's last big open-world game. Whether you get spotted at all apparently depends on more than just being near a crime. Leaked material points towards CCTV and traffic cameras actually factoring into pursuit logic. A clean crime with no camera exposure might mean police are searching with basically no real description of you, while a sloppy one means they've got your face and your vehicle from the very start. Police restraint looks more situational too. There's footage suggesting officers won't necessarily open fire on someone just for running, which, if accurate, means plenty of encounters could turn into an actual foot chase instead of an instant shootout. On the flip side, there's also footage suggesting police hold back entirely when hostages are involved, which would be a first for how this franchise handles that kind of scenario. NPCs during a firefight are apparently reacting a lot more individually too, instead of the entire crowd just scattering the same way every time. Some might run, some might take cover, one person might try to be a hero, and someone else might just stand there filming the whole thing on their phone, based on their own individual personality traits rather than one shared script. There's also apparently a mechanic for restraining civilians with zip ties, useful for preventing someone from calling the police or trying to play hero during a robbery, along with the ability to actually carry an incapacitated NPC, similar to the hog tie and carry system from Rockstar's last big open-world game, just adapted to an urban setting this time. Stealing and reselling goods also looks like it's becoming a much bigger part of the core loop, with references to a fence system and an actual fence drop point built into the garage, suggesting property crime might work as an ongoing mechanic, rather than a one-off mission type. Even the traffic around you during a chase might not behave the way it used to. Rockstar filed a patent describing a system where every NPC driver gets its own personality profile, some cautious, some aggressive, adjusting speed, braking, and route choice, based on traffic, weather, and even nearby accidents. Applied to a police chase, that could mean regular drivers actually get in the way unpredictably, swerve around a wreck you caused, or panic and block an intersection, instead of just following the same scripted path every single time. And getting caught might not just mean waking up outside a police station anymore either. There are strong indications of an actual consequence system tied to arrest, something closer to real jail time or community service depending on what you did. If that holds up, it would be the first time a GTA game makes you genuinely deal with the aftermath of getting caught, instead of just paying a small fine and walking straight back into the same life of crime a few seconds later. Put all of this together and it paints a pretty clear picture. This doesn't look like GTA V with better graphics anymore. It looks like Rockstar took the grounded, consequence-heavy systems from their last big open-world game and rebuilt them for a modern crime story. Fewer guns, smarter cops, and a lot more room for things to go wrong. Let me know in the comments which change you're most excited about, and subscribe, because there's a lot more of this breakdown coming before launch. See you next time.